Well, here comes the weekend. So we can all relax and look at the charts without any type of urgency to trade. Take advantage of a run here and there. Here's the daily British pound. And just gonna mark it. This is a little easier to trade this on the daily than on the 5 minute, because it's just kind of a choppy mess. But this was the big deal. So it's not like we can't come back and retest that. And we got a nice short-term trade selling into the last known bottom, which is this little baby bottom, which became like the neckline, and this being the shoulder to this shoulder. So it's almost like, you know, when this guy rolled over, he really, you're really looking at this. Double bottom comes at top, rolls over, and your new sell line, or I guess they would say the supply line or the whatever line, is here, but you're constantly walking that out. So if you copy it over and just keep using this as your initial pivot, and then just keep on, unfortunately, it's going to look like a GAN fan when you get done with it. You got a nice almost double top there, and then as we go through we walk through this window, we turn this like spiral off of this double top, breakout, come back, find support, and then this would be the new pivot here, is this double top. So you're going to swing it to there. We crossed over that, and now we're going up this channel. So these are like adaptive moving averages. I mean, it's the perfect moving average because it's adapting to whatever just happened. Whereas a moving average is kind of mushy through here. You don't get a sharp edge. And this is 100 pips between these. Now you go to the 4 hour, and you can see here was the no-brainer entry. I don't know if you would have got filled on this. Yeah, you got filled on that black. That's the low. Your buy limit's sitting here. And here you didn't get filled, but this is where I think we could have a little bit of a scalp, a high probability scalp zone of, it comes in here, gets caught in this trap here, and it's kind of like a scalper's world, you know. Maybe later on today we get a plunge into here, or you're already short off of this top. And here you would have drawn the trend lines. If you update, you've only got to draw a line. You only got to check this every 4 hours, so it's not like it's not too big of a maintenance situation. If you're looking at this top here and you project off of this top, you can see you're starting to fail your swings. Here would be the channel. It actually broke out of that channel and then found support at it. So this triple top breaks out, finds support, and then you know you're really in a crazy rally. And then you get this top becomes the bottom, becomes the bottom. And if you copy this one more time to this top, you see the head and shoulders there. You really have to zoom in. But if you're running this chart in the rearview mirror to the other version of that, guess I don't have my charts up there, so I'll create another British pound. Put in my specially formulated Akanashi there. Okay, so here's the comparing the two different time frames. Here's the 1 hour. It's tanking. Okay, set that up. So put this on the, this is my rear view mirror, and then maybe here's the half hour. So here was the selling point right here on the half hour. If you're willing to jump on the half hour train, kind of scary, but this bottom just became a top on the half hour. And this could easily come back to here, this top. So for the sellers, there's their long-term target, and for the next place to sell is to place orders up in this bottom. So if we get a, because this being blue, you're in a downtrend. As soon as that turned color, you could say the trend's changed. These slight glimpses of an attempt to change color happening at a previous top here. So you would have got almost filled had you had a buy limit right there, depending on how tight your broker runs their spread. And this currency really had an amazing retracement there. So if you're looking at the 4 hour, that's what that looks like. And I guess we're building this new down channel at the moment. Coming off of this would be the new projection down. Of course, I don't know how doable that is, but yeah, that's a British pound. And these things, of course, coming in down here, if this goes down to here, you could come with the buys. So if you have your order bank up, you're going to still look like this as far as your entries. If you're going to just place single orders, say you want to buy with a 20 pip stop and a here's kind of a, let's put a realistic order in here. Okay, 4 hours, a break even at 25 pips. Okay, here's another, just nothing but break evens here. So off this round, and you know, that's really annoying. That's you could take off this confirmation, save yourself some time. Let me show you this little trick here. Just delete the whole header off of this script so you can drill down. I think I have the slowest computer in the world. Just trying to bring up the editor. Oh well, it's caching out. Gotta buy more memory. Just get a solid state drive, I guess. Oh, still can't get it to come up. That's pretty funny. Well, there's Windows 8 for you. Should stay with 3.1. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Watch not responding. Watch 2 versions come up now. Okay, if you take this top off, show inputs, just take this whole thing and delete it, and then recompile that. Nice thing about this order, 25 pips here. It tells you right there, there's your stop, here's your size. And the beauty of this is that it auto adjusts for a 4 pip broker down here. And that's great, easy. You can create your all of your ratios here, rename this anything you want. I'm just going with this, what I got it as, drop pending. 25 pips, it's gonna buy $200,000. It's gonna last for 4 hours. And you set the time right here. You can put in, well, with the new version, you can put in H2, H3, H6, and H8, H12. So just like MT5. So actually MT4 is running MT5 scripts, really, actually. Okay, I just got filled on this buy here. I got to check out the little buying this after we just got this rip back on the euro and buying the bounce. So I'm just playing both end zones, up and down, on that. So it didn't quite get filled here. I got filled and taken out. Yeah, I'm looking to buy one last dip. Anyways, back to this British pound. Here, now that I've taken out that, I compiled that, it should be just an easy drop without it asking me for confirmation every time. And I put it at the top of the stack there. So now you can just go flying through here and just be like, yeah, whatever. Especially here in the dailies, you can barely see my entry orders. Let's put here to, there's my entry. So you can see where you would just put these at, and you can always just take your list down a little smaller. This will keep you from over trading right there. Yeah, I just want to put a crop here. Here's the top to put one. And you can check, that's a 4 hour. If you go to the daily, you can't really see too much there. There's no place to place an order if you're playing the top bottom game. Yeah, as the market starts to really ramp up and get faster, you need to adjust time frames accordingly. If the market's really on fire, of course you're on that 5-minute chart. Like here, this would have been your buy on the 5. You got this beautiful 1, 2. If you really dial in here, you can see the and the reason why that this top becomes a buy is because the people that sold here thinking it was going to go down, this is their last chance to cover and reverse. And so psychologically, here's the head and shoulders. Inverted head and shoulders, of course. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Dead on. 5 minute. No ambiguity here. Here was the sell on the 5. Trend line taken out. Yeah, getting a little late there. If you want to keep updating this trend line, definitely this is the shoulder. This is the head, but it goes through this. Okay, it looks like we're gonna try to make an attempt to retrace here. Of course, here's the 30-minute tells a different story, that we're still going down, and it's one of those things where I guess if you miss this sell here with this fake breakout, and you're kind of on the sidelines. This is a double bottom on the 15. So you have to figure out whether it's worth it. This is a nice 100 pip move. Right? It's 100 pips. Yeah, unbelievable. This thing really moves hard. You really got to have some wide stops with this. And yeah, it's the 4 hour. Not much you can do with it. I guess either wait for it to come back here to buy it or sell up in here. It's kind of just stuck in the water here right now. Not tradable for me. I guess if you go to the half hour, you could put a buy stop above this fractal if you think it's going up. If you want to get in a stop entry. Nice thing about this order, it's going to flip. So I guess that's the only trade I can see right now. Buy here if we reverse, or buy the plunge into this support way down here and just put a pile in down there for 20 break evens.